Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton Daily Live, and the Everton Daily Live today is brought to you in partnership with HelloFresh. You can get 50% off your first order, and then you can get 20% off your next 4. So the code is Toffee5020. The QR code's there. You can use that. HelloFresh, we've done it before. It's basically healthy living, and it's all of the stuff there for you. You're also getting 3 months of free treats as well if you join. John,
they're healthy treats, by the way.
Healthy treats, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
You've done this before.
I have.
You have tasted the wares. You've had the stuff delivered to you.
Yeah.
All in the box, all self-explanatory, and cooked a healthy, nutritious meal.
If I can do it, if I can do it, everyone can do it. And I think that's the key. It is healthy stuff, and you get a menu card. I mean, we showed the menu card.
Yeah, we've done the menu cards before. Yeah,
and it's really good stuff.
Yeah, healthy. So listen, it's 2026. We're still in January. If your New Year's resolution is to eat healthily, then check out HelloFresh. The QR code's on the screen. The code is Toffee5020 to get your healthy meal. So go and get involved.
Now, money. He went heavy on the healthy treats last time.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Go and get involved. Go and get involved. John David Moyes has done his pre-match press conference ahead of Everton's trip to Brighton tomorrow. You'll be heading down there yourself. Away from home, feel a lot more confident than they do at home right now, albeit it's a tough game because these are a good side.
They are.
But Everton's record's not bad.
Yeah, we've had some good days there. Yeah, recent years. Yeah, I think Joshua, my great nephew, always remembers the one where every time we attacked, we scored, which was good. But yeah, all games are difficult in this league, aren't they? I think I have the good fortune I go to all the away games as well, so maybe the impact of us firing blanks on occasions at home is less onerous, because I think, we did all right.
We won last week.
We won last week, and maybe we'll win next week, and maybe we will win tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a journey on the train and stuff, but it's worth it in the end.
Yeah. One thing he did say, Jack Grealish's season is over.
Yeah. I think we can.
He's going to need surgery, and we hoped he'd be back. If he didn't need surgery, then it's just a case of it. Recovery might have been back mid-April with that, but surgery rules him out. So it's a hugely disappointing thing. He's been a great loan signing for us. Loved it here. Has done really well. Quite clearly, that puts a big question mark over whether he joins permanently now. I think Everton might look elsewhere, but you don't know. Might go back to the table in the summer, and it strengthens Everton's position, I think.
The manager was asked about it, and he just said too soon.
Well, it is, isn't it? You can't make those decisions.
No.
You've got to see what happens. He didn't sound too confident on bringing in a replacement or adding to the squad. Everton have been linked in the last couple of hours with Tariq George. Don't know whether they just heard me saying it often enough, but a few clubs are after him. But we do have a domestic loan, and we still have 6 international loans as well. But I guess the only question mark for me with him is, will David Moyes play him as a young player? But he has played in the Premier League, and he has played in Europe, and he's done well. Quick and bright, I think he'd be a good addition for a few months while we looked at it. But
where's Sterling going?
Not here.
Yeah.
Would you have Sterling?
Don't think so.
He's not even on a short-term loan. Isn't he the type of Jesse Lingard type signing that Moyes has had in the past, where short, sharp, few months? Yeah,
I mean, if you look at it from that, and that's where Lingard was at, wasn't it? He wasn't getting a game where he was, and so on. Clearly, Sterling wants to play. He's clearly walking away from a big fat salary at Chelsea. But ever since he got to Chelsea, it's been a graveyard for him, like it has been for other players, hasn't it? And maybe Kiernan can have a word and say, "Hey lad, it's great fun here."
Maybe he's doing that with George.
Yeah, maybe, absolutely. And that's the point, really. I think about it's. Raheem would tick boxes for David in his natural starting position, wouldn't it? Of over 25 Premier League experience, blah, blah, blah. Whether Sterling thinks I'm an outside chance of getting into the World Cup, I doubt it. But you never know how people's brains work, do you? If you tear it up for 3 or 4 months. I don't know. I think if we're going to bring somebody in, we perhaps try and bring somebody in who we think is really different and fresh, and he's got some pace, but it's not blinding, is it?
No.
And he hasn't played for so long, and kind of must be a reason, unless there was a big fat bonuses on playing, and Chelsea wanted to avoid them. But changes of managers perhaps do the damage there, don't they? I don't know. I think if we found out next Tuesday Sterling was on our roster, as our American cousins would say, I wouldn't be too distressed about it.
No, he'd give us something else short term. I wouldn't want him.
He'd bring experience. Oh no, it'd have to be literally
just to help us for the season.
And you might assume that he's not daft. He knows if he signs a permanent deal with someone right now, then obviously it's a risk for the buying club. Therefore, he might have to moderate on that basis. But if he goes on loan somewhere, and we could be a good place for that, I suppose, and tear it up when he's going to get minutes, then he'll get a much better deal in the summer from somebody else. So be fascinating to see how it plays out. Loads will talk to him, won't they? You know, but let's see.
I think, listen, let's just hope he can bring something in, because I do think we need something on the left-hand side.
We do. We do.
We'll see.
Would you? I know I do have this view, and I'm not going to really change it. That clearly, individual players can't make you change your whole strategy just for one player, right? But we know how many goal involvements Jack Grealish had, and so on and so forth. If we go down a route of said, we're just sick and die over there, then it looks like our issue's on the right then, doesn't it? When we could say, well, let's leave Illy where he is, and the issue's on the left, and therefore that's where we're targeted.
Side.
So if you get players that you can swap over, and some of the
side though, haven't you?
That's what I mean. But some of the players you're referencing are good because they can play on both sides. So it's a mindset thing. Are we trying to replace the contribution Jack Grealish made? I think we need to. Or are we still going around that loop again of we need pacey right-sided forwards?
Pacey forwards should be the start.
Full stop, yeah. Which side it is.
David Moyes, can we just have it right? Everton can't send Jack Grealish back and terminate the loan.
No.
It's not really how it works. So we can't go. I've seen a comment, he's no use to us now. So it's not how it works. We saw that with Brien last year. It's just not how it works. You've agreed a deal for a year. It's your player for the year. So whether we like it or not, you'd have to pay him. End of. So he's, regardless. In terms of getting people in, David Moyes is always cautious, always has been. He's always tries to make you look over there, particularly if there's players he feels a couple of other clubs are after. He might genuinely not think we'll get anyone in, but things change in January transfer windows. In a year where there's a World Cup, things change in 48 hours. Players start thinking, I don't want to stay here for the rest of the season. I want to go and see if I can get an agent will start. There might be lads tomorrow who are in clubs or over the weekend and don't get on the pitch at a club and are like, I'm going to stay here for the rest of the season.
That's right.
And say to the agent, get me somewhere, and the agent then starts
ringing round.
Yeah, exactly. Something might come to the fore. He said players might leave, which is an odd thing to say when he's on about wanting to bring players in. He said, I'm not planning, but players might go. He didn't say no one's leaving, which he said last January. He hasn't said that this year. So, yeah, players might leave.
Just walked through the door last year.
So that basically... Yeah, but it's still a few weeks. Charlie come in, didn't he? So I imagine Harrison Armstrong will go back to Preston. And maybe Beto will go if a deal comes in. But for Beto to go, Everton are going to have to bring someone in there anyway. So for him to say players might leave, that makes you think.
And it was players might leave.
I think there's stuff about McNeil, isn't it, today?
Is there?
Might go, and other, the odd play. Irabuna was mentioned, wasn't he?
Oh, that's because there was allegedly an offer for Italy, wasn't there?
So...
See, The Athletic just put something out saying that Everton are going after Tariq George.
Yeah.
I don't know you speaking about on.
Been listening to
that was what we were just speaking about then, but you weren't listening.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dwight McNeil.
Yeah, no, we've moved on.
No, I was saying before, George should replace Grealish.
Wasn't he a striker though?
Actually, wing wide forward. Quick, right and left. Played in the Premier League, played in Europe.
Is the worry though that he hasn't played loads recently?
No, well, this is the thing. That's what I've just said. Is it the only thing is you go, but Moyes playing now. But then he's he's going to offer us more than what, say, McNeil is because of the pace wise. You're going to play Dwight on the left, fair enough, but he didn't. He played him on the right where he can't play on the right. So you may as well have George in the mix as well, who can play right and left. Then you've got Dibbling, and then you've got McNeil if need be. But if you got George in, he's bright and quick, and we don't really have that. And it's a loan, isn't it? You have a look at him.
Really.
He comes in, he helps the squad for a few months, he goes back. If he comes in, does really well, you then start going, can we keep him? If he does well.
Sure.
But you have to look at it as a short term.
Be a bit perverse, wouldn't it, bringing in a 19-year-old on loan and playing him and not playing a 19-year-old who costs you 30-odd million quid?
No, because George operates down the left a lot, and he might think Dibbling's better down the right. Dibbling's left-footed, so if he plays Dibbling down the left, which he could, and actually, be an old-fashioned winger and go on the outside instead of constantly having to come in, might get a bit of joy out of him there. But, I don't know, maybe, who knows? It's a smack in the face for Dibbling. He might just think, I'd rather have Dibbling, George, and then Jai, and then McNeil, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I've got something. George is slightly different to both of them in that he's a bit more direct. So you might go,
about pace.
I want some direct.
Sure.
It gives us a different option again. Whereas McNeil's not quick. And Jai slows the game down to dribble. And Tyler Dibbling slows the game down. So he's got three lads who slow the game down. And he might want one who's totally different than the other three, who's just actually direct. And that's what he might, so that makes loads of sense to me. This is what I was on about in the summer.
Yeah.
When we had Grealish and
you want options within, don't you?
Well, you want I don't see the point in moving the deck chairs around. Absolutely, and Everton do that too often. They just go, we're playing 4-5-1. Barry's not playing well, so we're not creating any chances, so we'll just swap Barry for Beto. Okay. Well, what does that doesn't make any difference. The reason why Everton were able to get total control of the game the other night was he totally changed the makeup of the team.
He did.
He didn't just go, well, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing and we'll put him on, and that's it. With the same thing of like, he got older the game. The Branthwaite gave us control. Dewsbury Hall gave us a bit of control. You have to have different options. It's the same with the strikers. You've got Beto. I guess him and Barry aren't massively different. Barry's just a better player. And Everton would do well to get a different type of striker. I mean, they need to. But they do well to get a different type of striker as well, so that it isn't just like for like all the time.
What kind of striker would you want to?
Oh, you want someone who's, in an ideal world, someone like John Duran would be good because he's a lad.
I was leading the witness.
Yeah, but he's a different type of player. He can score his own goal.
Yeah.
He's quick and direct, like really quick. So he puts people on the back foot. So someone like him had changed the way we played. That's what you're looking for. You can't have it. There's no point having the same type of player. It doesn't make sense. Don't get me wrong, you can't just have two strikers and one's Neil Mopai who can't run and is 5'10" or 9", whatever, and your other one's 6'4", but you're just going to keep playing. I mean, this was what undone Dyche at time. Yeah. You're just going to keep banging it long and going, how come he can't keep hold of the ball? Because A, he can't run, and B, you're physically strong enough. Yeah. But you can't play that same thing, or it would have been no use linking the play with Mopai, knocking it in, killing it, and then the next minute you've got Beto, who can't keep hold of it.
You called it, didn't you? That's the chat we've had about when you make changes off the bench, if they're just changing the player. Well, it's not working, is it? And if you do that, you take, as you allude to, if you take Barry off and put Beto on, you're basically saying the guy I chose first can't do it, so the guy who I'm choosing second can.
And the odd
tiredness kicks in and physicality and all those sorts of things. but someone materially different, whether they've got an attribute like pace or power, right? Which generally means a bit of both, doesn't it? You know, you're big, you're quick for your size type of thing, or mobile for your size, and so on. But yeah, there's a few names you've thrown out there. We think, yeah, close some of those, and you think real opportunities.
Listen, it'd be great, but I don't know whether there'll be anything in them.
No, they're just.
Do you still think we'll get a right back?
No.
Because there was that thing, wasn't it? I know it said Inter were getting Norton Toffee, but then that DiMarzio, or whatever his name is, said that Everton is still in the race for him.
It's Juve, isn't it, for cut Norton Toffee?
Juve, Inter, and Everton.
And Everton, yeah.
But Inter was the one that Fabrizio went with, weren't it? But that DiMarzio still thinks Everton have a chance for him.
I don't know. I can say no. I can say I just don't know today.
Yeah.
Then Everton could get him, couldn't he? I don't know, but I'd look and go, well, depends what you can do. If Everton look at, Brook Norton Toffee and go, he's our long-term right back, then absolutely go and spend the money.
Absolutely.
Because you're getting rid of having to do it in the summer.
It's one less change.
You're buying him now and going, he's our right back, so he's done. He's done the big tick. We've done it now instead of the summer. If Everton look at it and go, not really that bothered by him because there's someone else over here who we like the look of, well, whether that's Elisa Bay or whatever you say his name, or the other kid that there's one at Sheffield United now, isn't there, who we've been linked with today, they might look at them and go, we can get them in the summer for buttons. Neither of them are coming up. We'll get them for buttons and we'll do them in the summer. We've still got Jake, we've got Passo there. They'll get us through. They don't probably need to address that right now. We're desperate for a left back, but we're not going to get that, I don't think, either. So if you're looking now going, what's going to give you that kick till the end of the season?
Last third.
You need another winger, in my opinion. And you need, if people are genuinely sniffing around Beto, then you need a striker. If you could get John Duran on loan with an option or something, and then you think Beto go out the door, then you do that because he's 21. Now, there is a question mark over Duran with me. He was at Villa, who were excellent. And yet he was cry-arsing because he wasn't playing. And then he went to Saudi Arabia. And he didn't stay long there. And he's gone to... So, is this a kid who's really disruptive? Is it a kid who just wants to move every few months? I don't know.
There were plenty of people in my day working in Saudi who would go for the money and almost, as soon as their feet touch the ground, go,
No, I know,
this
but
is different.
It's still, you must know that. You know that by looking what it's going to be like.
You can, it's like a lot of things until you get there. You know, you're not quite sure, and you presumably got an agent in your ear saying, not this bluntly perhaps, but the money, you know, sort of thing. And it's not the agent who has to live there, is it? So it's a bit interesting, but you're right. It would bring questions, and we know Moisey looks at stuff like that. But you know, he probably looked at why Jack Grealish wasn't getting anything at City and thought, well, I can change that myself. Yeah. No,
I just mean
John he trusts in his man management, doesn't he?
Duran's got loads of talent and ability, and more importantly, very quick.
Yeah.
Moyes is also very big on disruptors, and if he thinks his character's not good, he wouldn't touch him. Even if he thinks he's brilliant, he could really help us. He'd look and go. All the evidence is there. Milenkovic at West Ham was all done and dusted. How do you feel about playing for West Ham? Yeah, they're all right till they get a Champions League club. Pull the plug on the deal. Now the kid's knocking around near the bottom of the league with Forest. He done it at Everton. Bellamy, famously. We needed Craig Bellamy at that time. Would have been unbelievable for Everton at that time. That explosive pace and everything. And Moyes asked him about playing in a couple of other positions and then done a bit of digging and pulled the plug. And Bellamy thought he was coming to sign. He was there ready to sign the contract and ended up storming out to Belfield because Moyes wasn't happy with him. So he will look past you'd make us really, really good. But I don't like your character, so I'll look elsewhere or I'll go without. So if John Duran, if he does enough digging on John Duran and people go, I wouldn't touch him, then that'd be a non-starter for Moyes.
I think that's where the people around him need to help, in the sense of it's for 3 or 4 or 5 months. He gives us something we haven't got. You get to see him up close rather than secondhand.
Oh, yeah.
All those things, right? But ultimately, as we've said before, particularly when age is involved, or maturity, we'll call it, because you can be mature at 19 and totally immature at 25, can't you?
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know, if there are concerns for him, then somebody has to convince him why it's not as big an issue as he thinks it is. And all those things...
Good luck.
But all those things crystallise in the last hours of the window when it's him or nobody. You know, he's not perfect for you. He hasn't scored 100 on your chart. He's only 87, but it's 87 or 0. You know, and then you modify, don't you?
Steve P says, surely we have to go and sign a winger now. I don't see how you can lose one of your best and most creative players and the drop-off be that extreme. I didn't think I'd be saying this, but honestly, go and get Sterling till the end of the season. Fair enough. Bruin says deadlines in a few days, got to make signings. Jez says, let me guess, we learnt nothing. Up there with Prime Minister's questions in terms of
not
information.
Dissimilar, yeah.
David Eo didn't sound like Moyes was expecting anything. Derek says 3 takeaways from the pressure. He's playing his cards close to his chest regarding transfers, so it's impossible to read. If we'll get any over the line. Doesn't look good for Patterson, who's done okay. So I don't expect him to start tomorrow. And Jimmy Gardner still plays for us.
Yeah. I don't know when we bought that Gardner bloke, but he sounds good.
He's done quite well, Jimmy Gardner. Alex EFC says, afternoon, lads. We've only gained 4 points this season after conceding the first goal. Is it a tactical issue or is it a squad issue or both? That means we're so dominant and good once we take a lead, but so poor when we go behind.
I don't think it's that binary, do you? But in this league, the first goal is often critical.
Key, isn't it?
Yeah. And if you're set up, which we generally are, to be solid, and we lack creativity, we've just been talking about it for 10 minutes, right? Then going behind, particularly if you go behind early, we end up being open and chase the game type behaviours, and therefore we get picked off, and we lack pace. So it's a squad issue. You could all say it's all of the above. Tactics which come from squad issues and vice versa. So
Blue Jay says Grealish out for the season. I swear a witch doctor cursed Everton at some point in history. Tough game tomorrow, but we seem to be a much better team away from home. So hopefully we can get another 3 points and stay in.
Hope so, yeah.
Sasquatch is a Blue says, all right, fellas, hope all is good. Gutted about Jack. I hope we sign him up permanently, but do you think there's a chance we'll get anyone in at all that's out of the blue?
I think anyone we get will be out of the blue, won't it? Because the manager's saying we're not. But we've heard that before as well.
Yeah.
And I remember the spats you used to have on social media about, well, we're not going to get anyone. And you would insist, yes, we are, yes, we are, yes. So where's your barometer, Baz? What do you think?
I honestly don't know this time.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you push me on it,
just hope, is it?
I think if you push me on it, I'd probably lean towards we won't.
Yeah.
But only just because the other side of me knows what Moyes is like on deadline days and approaching when he just... I don't know whether his focus gets sharpened or he panics. I haven't worked it out yet.
Wasn't it a year tomorrow when the Alcaraz news came out of nowhere? It was like the club just
That was the week before. His club.
Yeah, his club announced it, but like there was no rumours or anything leading up to that.
It took about 3 days to
Everton
to
ruined
get
it,
signed.
but they announced saying that he went on loan. And so I'm hoping that's just a random one.
You never know. Yeah, you never know. That's what I'm saying. It's Moyes, and he does have those tendencies to go as it's close to the deadline. Actually, we do need something,
So between 6 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, early evening, and whatever it is, 10, 11...
7 p.m. on Monday.
7 p.m. on Monday. What's Davey got to think about other than this?
Well, that's it. That'll be it.
And he'll get the game behind him. If we've just battered them, he might have a different view than if we've just been battered. But the reality is it'll be somewhere in between. It's not going to be decisive.
And we haven't got a game till the following Tuesday.
That's right, yeah, with all these silly kick-off timey things.
So his focus will be sharpened once the Brighton game's out the way, that's for sure. Brian Ball says, who's cursed our club? We're on our arse, and every time we try to get up, we get kicked back down again. then he says, "Happy Friday," by the way. We've been further on our arse, I would say, than what we are now.
Say, it's not black and white, is it?
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's frustrating, but we have got a much stronger squad than we've had for a while.
AJ says, I've seen it more recently, so everyone keep it up. Can we all start putting pressure on the club to sort out issues surrounding the stadium? I just wanted to ask what your biggest issues would be. Personally, for me, it's pre-game, sirens, egg cars and light shows. I say scrap light shows. I'm torn on the siren. Sort the toilets out, ticket prices where people are sitting, let people swap season tickets end the season, add more season tickets, too many rich seats, and for God's sake, put Everton stuff up and sort out the concrete. More blue and more club stuff. I went to tour, they said they can't put Everton stuff on the seats because they'd have to cover them for events. Well, I don't care about that. It's our stadium.
I don't get that bit.
Don't Liverpool have LFC and I don't think they have to cover them up for events.
I don't. I suspect that's just a tour guide answering a question and not necessarily a official, statement from the club. Because,
Well, what would your gripes be with the ground, John? If any, you might not have any.
I think there's, gripes is the wrong word, right? I think if you said, well, what could we do to improve the place, then we'd all have lots and lots of things, and they're all relatively small things, aren't they? I'm convinced the club will spend a good chunk of money, be it millions or whatever, in the summer, dealing with some of those things, whether it's more blue around the place. Clearly, gents' toilets will get sorted out to some degree. We won't know till we get in there to find out whether we think it's enough or not. I think they'll, particularly in the south stand or in the southeast corners and stuff, I think they'll make it easier for people to stand around and talk to each other, with places to put beers or coffees or whatever, shelving, call it what you will, all those things.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any, for me, in my experience, I don't think there's anything dramatically wrong. And I know you and I will differ on that, because I know where I park, it's fine for me. I walk to the stadium, it takes 10 minutes. I don't think I've had any issues getting through the wall. I don't think I've had any issues getting through the turnstiles. I don't leave before the game finishes, but I don't hang around either, because I go out and I find out that, the waterfront bar is or is not open. I think it was open for the last game, but you know what I mean? And lots of little things, but nothing really big. I know you have some big stuff, but maybe they're just little things that are big to you because of circumstance.
I don't have big stuff. I can't get out the wall.
Yeah.
3 exits out the wall's nonsense to me. So that's. But I don't know whether Everton can. I don't know whether Everton can do anything about that. That might be listed. It is listed, isn't it? The wall, so they might have only been able
allowed
to put 3
or whatever.
in. So that could be not Everton can do about it. So therefore, the football club should open bars for everybody to try to stagger.
That's what I mean.
A little bit.
They're the small things, yeah. Right? Absolutely.
There's some big things for me. The ground's where it is. You can't move. It's where it is. It takes me longer to get home out the city centre than it did from Goodison. But that's life. That's traffic. The way I don't have to like it. I have to leave 2 hours before the game, and I used to leave 50 minutes before the game at Goodison. So it's put an extra hour on. Probably an extra 2 hours every match day, so it's a full day now. But it's not going to change. So I either suck it up or a bin it. They're the 2 choices, aren't they? But the concrete inside needs sorting. End of story.
Ditto.
The rails in the south stand, for me, need skins put on them or paint them. They shouldn't be silver, because that's all you can see. That end, you shouldn't see any concrete, any silver.
Blue or something.
Or blue, paint them blue or whatever. Put bloody transfers on of Archibald, whatever, right? Because that'll blend better than just silver.
By my recollection, in away ends, most rail seats are skinned, with plastic covers or whatever.
It should just be whatever, but darker.
The Anfield Road is red. I mean, people peel it off because it hasn't been put on properly.
Yeah, but if you know what I mean, right? But then kind of things. Yeah. The painting of the concrete's massive to me inside. I don't think you should see any concrete. It should be blue everywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just a personal view.
No, I agree with that.
And then the next, if you're going to be really thingy, then do the rails. The biggest thing for me, the club mightn't agree, but is making that bottom bit safe stand. It's already there. Going to greater than 1 to 1. Get another 2,500 Everton fans in there. That's a big thing for me.
Take them off the waiting list.
Take them off the waiting list. Pack them in. Make the atmosphere better. But I understand this. That one might be a little bit more difficult. But the other ones, certainly keep a bar open for at least half an hour. You've got a waterfront bar, but what if we all want to stay? We can't use it. So why should the South Stand just be given preference? I don't get that. I honestly don't get that. Why, if you in the Upper South or whatever, you get preference over everybody else? Why? That to me is berserk. I mean, no one can give me a good enough answer.
Sorry, does that mean in your bit it's not ever open?
The bar's never open.
That's what I mean for you. It's never open.
It's never open.
So I'm saying in the Upper South, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. You're saying, well, where I am, it's never open.
Never had one. Shuts 5 minutes after half time. It's done. It's done. So you've got a huge stand.
Yeah. And those people have to leave.
And they have to leave.
Nothing else to do.
And you go outside and it's shocker to get out, and then you shuffle toe to toe or toe to heel all the way down over the bridge. Yeah, you can walk up out your way, but that's busy as well because people do try that. So that to me is not good enough. And it's unacceptable. The clubs will try to give you excuses. They're not answers, they're excuses. Because if they said, oh, well, we'd have to pay staff an extra hour, pay them. All right, you're charging £6.50 for a bleeding donut. You can pay your staff to stay. But the reality is they only really would have to do it for half an hour. That bar in the East Lower, there could be 2, 1 at either end, or there could be 1 central, and say, it's open for half an hour after kick-off. Go and get a drink. Take your time.
So how far can you go down the side?
I can walk right the way down.
Right to the North Stand.
Right to the North Stand.
So they could have a bar that anyone from literally that whole side.
But the reality is, John, they could have a bar on the East, a bar in the North.
There's loads on the West.
A bar
anyway.
in the South. Yeah. The rest is whatever, right? But you could have them, couldn't you? And what that would do is help alleviate people leaving.
Of course it would.
You go down and go, listen, I don't know how many you'd stay, but I'm guessing you probably only need 20 people to stay before it's paying for the staff's wages.
Sure.
When you're not losing any money. But I bet you a lot more would if it's pissing down outside and you look out in the plazas and you think, I'm on it wet anyway, but I don't want to get wet as long, you know what I mean? I want to be on my way. I'll stay and have a cup of tea or a coffee or a pint or a bottle of whatever, Pepsi Max, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? For 20 minutes and let that die down a little bit. I'm still going to get wet, but at least I'm walking. I'm not just like shuffling to get out the ground. I just find it mad. But to me, they're just little fixes.
It is.
It's not major. Sitting in my seat's incredible.
That's what I mean. The small
trains
things.
Is a city council thing they need to sort. It might be they need just 1 extra train on. I don't know. I'm not a bloody transport expert, but I know that these issues wouldn't have been there if we played in red, because it would have been sorted. But they haven't done enough, the council, in my opinion. They haven't done enough. But then Everton could help, like we've said. Ped come up with a great idea, but just give people updates about the train time. Surely that can't be difficult. Getting the information and having it on a screen somewhere, or what's happening. Or the next train. That's busy, so the next train's 25 minutes. Say, well, I'll have a drink here, and then I'll go, and then I won't. Do you know what I mean? Just little things, and then everyone's like, well, the club are doing everything they can. So if we have any gripe now, we turn it on the city council.
Of course.
But at the moment, and the club have done a lot, don't get me wrong, there is the first season, and they are having to find the feet of the ghost. The first time any of us have ever done this. So we are having to find our thing, but there is some things I think the club could do better. And for me, get rid of the concrete. Get a stadium announcer that can say the players' names and announce the players' names as they're on a screen. I forever will blow my mind. I mean, the other night, couldn't even be asked announcing Leeds as subs. Must have got off home. Maybe he had to get off. Or he went for a piss or something. I don't know. But he couldn't even be asked announcing the subs. When he announces ours, he can't get the player. How can you not know our players? You've been doing the stadium for years. So that'd be nice if they, look up to a screen and go, oh, number 5, or whoever it may be. Number 5. But whoever, number 1, Jordan Pickford, let Pickford do his celebration. Number 2, Nathan, as he comes up. It's not difficult, is it? Get the music right before the game. No one seems to know what the other night we started playing spirit of the Blues, and yet we were having a minute's applause for one of our ex-players who died. Does no one communicate?
No. So
they're just little things, but once they get those things right, no one will, surely it'd kill. People will always have a complaint because it's a personal thing, isn't it? But if you're asking me, they would be the things. I don't think there's anything big there where you go, well, maybe the safe standing, but to me, that isn't even big because it doesn't need a rule change. And if Everton can't do it or planning on not doing it, come out and tell me why. Get it in the public domain. Why they're not? Because the architect banged on about how easy it was to do, and that was what was going to do, and it was what was going to this and that. And oh, it's all bells and whistles. We've done all this. Well, was he lying? If he's lying, I want all the stuff we give him taken back off him.
Future-proofed was a commonly used phrase. Yeah.
It was the thing. So, let us know. But I'd say that's the biggest thing, and there might be challenges around that right now, but I still think it's not in the club can't sort, personally. But the other stuff, to me, is very easy.
That'd be a huge narrative change, wouldn't it?
I don't think, when people have a go at the ground and the club, I think the club have done a really good job. I think that it's a difficult thing. We've moved. No, who moves? It's such a huge thing, isn't it, to do? It took Spurs time, took Arsenal time. Yeah. The club have done really well. They've battled with a lot of stuff. They've tried to make things better. Get it?
They're reacting as
and
well,
it has got better.
Yeah.
When I think back to like the Mansfield game, which was a Carabao, and it was chaos. So what I see now with the serving and how they've got the thing, it's a world apart. It's worlds apart. There's issues with the toilets in the South Stand. They're correcting that in the summer when they can. It's too big a job to do it in season. So do the other things that... And when people go, doesn't feel like home, it was never going to feel like home.
It's different, it's new.
But I sit in it and it feels like our ground. It just doesn't feel the way Goodison did.
That's right. It's different.
A year's time it might start feeling like, well, this is our ground, but at least make it blue. Do you know what I mean? So they're my thing, but there's nothing
There's
big.
Nothing huge.
For me, anyway.
And there's an attention to detail thing that then kicks, isn't that? Which is... if there's lots of small things that could be fixed and you're the person who has to fix them, then you may hear them as people whinging. But if it was one small thing that was wrong and people are banging on about it, then it is whinging to a degree. If there's 15, 20, whatever the number is, of small things, but it looks like, and this is the difference, isn't it? It's about communication again. It looks like no one's listening or no one's sorting it out. Then it's not whinging. The reality is you've just done it. Toilets will be sorted out. Hopefully the branding will be sorted out. Angus is talking about millions potentially being spent. And I think I remember from a shareholder meeting 3 months ago, he said, we've spent millions already. You know what I mean? So money comes into play and all these sorts of things. But the reality is we, the fans, have to adapt as well. It isn't Goodison. It is on the waterfront. It is a different place. Blah, blah, blah. And I think much of the improvements around concourse areas and queues and stuff like that is down to the fans getting used to the place. My missus did it the other day. She now knows which is the best place to go to get her cup of tea rather than being in this big long queue where everyone else is buying something else.
Of course,
you know what I mean? So we've done, the adapting is happening amongst the fan base, and now we want to just top in on that, don't we? Of you can get in and out of a toilet at half time, for example, or whatever it might be.
I don't get this thing as well about, I wish we were back at Goodison.
Oh,
why?
No. That's daft.
Like, why? I mean...
I've not heard anything.
I could say I wish I was back at Goodison just because the journey was a little bit quicker and easier, but... I had an unbelievable seat in Goodison Park. The halfway line went through my seat on row B. It was perfect, the seat. Couldn't have been any more perfect. Maybe on row A, but I was made up on row B. But I didn't want to go back to Goodison. The ground's miles better. But it's up to us to make it. Sit and complain about the atmosphere, yet people are quiet.
Well, you told me before, I just didn't believe.
People moaning about it. I can hear people moaning. Even and you see them quiet and, players acting up below us. That was like the even the family enclosure. You'd have 7 people jumping to the front, making them soon get up. Yeah, everyone just watches or films or takes pictures or turns around or whatever. So they've got to get that anger going again at Hill Dickinson. But one of the things I've just seen, please sort the DJs out for Christ's sake. dance music in the bleeding fan zone after you've bleeding lost or something, you know what I mean? Come on, get that sorted. And me, I wonder if we've lost a little bit with the fan zone going. I don't know. I'm just saying I wonder if, I don't know, is the reality. We've replaced what was like an Everton thing before. I don't know whether it was great, bad, whatever. But I just wonder if by moving, I wonder if that created any, I don't know. I mean, I haven't got a clue. But everything changes, doesn't it?
The plaza's a bit funny, isn't it?
It's weird. It looks sensational, doesn't it? You look at it, it's amazing. But I do think there's still work to be done in there to make it
like
more.
Containers stacked on top of each other and stuff. Because you've got, if you like, if there was nothing on it, it's amazing, isn't it? That big open space, the cleverness of, you know, where the dock wall is, and that would be water, and this is not. You've got some benches, and they can, remember people with them, and they're going to put in the more things on the floor, aren't they? Whatever, train lines, things and stuff.
Dock lines.
All that sort of stuff. And then you'll have a caravan flogging beer.
I think if they just arranged it a bit better.
That's what I mean, yeah. Instead of splashing
what I found mad was
almost like a village within the plaza.
Yeah. I'd just have it like against the wall.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Create a thing. What I found mad last week was people come out of the stand and then went and queued up for the Portaloos. I was like,
oh, I've seen that.
You literally just walked out the ground where there's loads of toilets. Go there because they're miles better than them. I get it if you're staying for a pint and all that, you might. But I'd seen people walk out and then they went and stood in a queue for, and I'm thinking, you just walk past.
Do them things have lights?
The they left though.
Do what?
The cold might have just did them as they
Maybe.
Do those things have lights inside? Or you're peeing in the dark?
No idea, John.
I've never seen a light in them. Maybe they do.
To be honest, it's amazing. It just needs a couple of, my opinion, just needs a few more things to really. Yeah. And donuts are like $4.50.
Do you watch I think I know the answer to this question, but I'll ask it anyway. But do you watch the away fan videos that people do?
No, never.
Because other than the usual suspects like, I don't know, Newcastle or Leeds, they all think it's amazing.
And yet they all sing, you sold for a soulless boat.
Classic banter.
I mean, Leeds fans singing that when you have to go to Ellen Road every week is hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Elton, the biggest.
It's just going. It's jealousy, that one.
Of course it is.
But I mean, some of them are really, really good where people do it objectively and just say how amazing it is. And
I've seen Leeds fans, to be fair, saying it was amazing. Yeah. The ground's amazing.
And then when they are critical, those bloggy type bloggers or whatever, it's in the things we've just been talking about.
Yeah, there's not right. Some of them,
a bit too much congestion, prices, whatever. But because I go to away games, so I see what other Premier League clubs are charging, and it's not dissimilar, right? It's just football in the round thinks it can get older general admission people and charge them what they want.
I do think as well. I do think that the club should get some credit. We don't like giving credit to the club. It seems we've fallen away from it. I think as a fan base.
Oh, fan base, right.
No, us. I'm talking about the fan base. But I do think, considering we've moved stadium, it can be better. There's no doubt about it. And the club can do things better. There's no doubt about it. But we can do things better as a fan base. We can't blame the club because the atmosphere is crap. Can we? No. You can blame the team a bit and go, well, you've been a bit crap. But I've heard amazing atmospheres watching some of the worst Everton teams. So how can our fan base go away up and down the length and breadth of the country? Not this year or last year since Moyes come in, but the years before when we had won an away game and out-sing everyone. We'd be absolute garbage on the pitch. And yet they'd out-sing. So it can't always be just responding to the team. A lot of time it is. But you heard Brian the other day saying, and I thought he was amazing at what he said, which shows how much he gets it with. Just put a good tackle in here or go on a run and have a shot and this crowd ignites. It doesn't need much to get it going. So it's our fault if it's not going. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine, Kiernan, and you're right. It does go and smash someone. Legally, so you're not getting booked, but get everyone going. But us as a fan base, I think we do have to sort of go. We have to own a little bit of this. We've feels like we've turned up and go, why isn't this amazing? This is crap. Goodison was better. And yet, Goodison was crap. Mark, we can listen to DJ on the fan plazas. Yeah, he mightn't be great, right? We're inside the stadium. I sit next to the south stand. When Everton score a goal, it's deafening.
Yeah, you must get the best view.
It's deafening, right?
Or the best sound, rather.
But then it's quiet for a lot of the time. So you can't... could the club make it better? Yeah. Could we do what Liverpool do and pipe it in and amplify it? Don't know. Maybe we could. Maybe we should have some boom mics that go back to a sound system and make it sound even louder.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's what they do for Sky. You know, Anfield does it for Sky to try and make this mythical atmosphere unbelievable. But you have to take ownership as the fans as well, don't we?
Of course we do.
We have to take ownership. I agree with you. Some of the music we play before the kickoff's nonsense. It's crap. Not Everton. What's with this dance craze? Dance was shite in the 90s. It's shite now, unless you're off your Barnet. You know, these kids. Maybe the DJ's 20. I don't know. But I think you'd have to build everything into it. But I think we do have a responsibility. All of us, and I'm talking me as well, we all have a responsibility for that. The team have it as well. But we're all together, aren't we? We all have to be in it together. We can't. It's all of us. The club should be saying, what can we do to make it better? Us as a fan base need to go, what do we need to do to make it better? And then the team have to deliver. And that delivery might be tracking players back. Oh, when they've scored, not going, I should have ran. Or going and putting a tackle in, not jumping out of 50-50 tackles.
Yeah.
And then getting hooked off at half time. Or, you know, going to applaud the fans regardless, win, lose or draw. Or getting the fans going, but getting it going when, not just, you know, getting it going when the fans are doing it anyway. Keep it going, come on, and giving it all. I do it with the away fans. The away fans are sensational. Home, win, lose or draw, because they see everything, don't they?
Yeah.
So we have to try to amplify that at home.
Absolutely.
When we're on it, we're unbelievable. When we're on it, we are unbelievable as a fan base. But the key word there is when we're on it. It isn't going to be all the time. There's a mythical thing that great fans sing for 90. It's bollocks, unless it's Europe. And what is it in Europe? They have 6 people who don't watch the game over there who look like they are off the Barnet. Don't have a shirt on. It's freezing, waving flags, dancing, getting everyone singing. They have people in there singing, megaphones and all that. I imagine a few of the lids would be furious if we decided to place James on a platform with no top on and a megaphone. He'd be getting filled in. But
well, as we've said,
but we just
we
got
used Dortmund as the example, didn't we?
Yeah.
250 people make that thing happen, and a reputation,
and everyone responds,
and a reputation. So, you know, where's your famous atmosphere? It can be applied to us almost as much as to the other.
But that's the thing, isn't it? We when we've had the moments, the noise has been ridiculous. Daniel Farke said it the other night. Well, when he scored, he said it was unbelievable, and he was like, "We're in trouble here." Yeah. Because of the thing. Palace, Glasner, I knew once they scored the noise. The Palace players, it was so loud. It almost felt inevitable. Imagine being a player saying that. It almost felt inevitable that they'd lose because of the crowd. But the reality is, even fantastic stadiums don't have that atmosphere all the time.
Of course they don't.
So we've got to try to do. But overall, I think they've done a fair to middling job, the club, really. And now can it be better? Done a good job, really.
No, I think it's better than.
But we want it to be great, don't we? We want it to be great. So they've done a good job. They're all trying to make it better, and that's where they deserve a bit of credit. We need to do our bit as well, but there is still things that they can bridge, absolutely, for me. And
we need to. You talk about the atmosphere thing, and you generally won't you get these two things. One is it's up to the players to make us excited, and it's the players going, we'd really like the fans to be on it, you know. And then when those two things come together, you get the descriptions you gave, which was amazing. Managers, players, So rather than going, you can almost visualise the club saying, come on, the fans have got to do their bit. It's not on us to create atmosphere. We built the building, all this sort of stuff. And you got the fans saying, yeah, but we're spread around the ground. Where are those couple of thousand away fans, who are always the 2,000 in the 3,000 that are there every week? Because you're saying they're great. But if they're splattered around the whole stadium, then
surely not everyone.
All of the above.
Massively sweeping statements. Surely most people who go, or a big portion of people who go, want to shout and scream, because that's football, isn't it?
I don't think it
and
is.
celebrate. But maybe I'm wrong.
I think it's a minority.
Maybe Yeah, maybe.
It might be a big minority, but still. Lest we forget, we've got people in the South Stand who are complaining, lower South, complaining that people are standing up, right? So something's gone wrong somewhere, right?
I think
you've got Jacob here who come, over from Luxembourg, and him and his dad come, and they're in a part of the stadium where no one's singing, and they think we wanted to get up, me and my dad, and do this. I would say get up and do it.
There's a few
just
things.
The two of you, but you don't do your human nature being. You don't do that if you're the only one.
Danny said if Idris's goal would have gone in, the stadium would have gone in. But if this shot would have gone in, hit the underside of the bar and gone in.
Two in a few minutes.
Yeah, it would have been crazy.
Absolutely.
Posh Matty says not playing McNeil had helped the atmosphere. Gavin says the formation and style and play and the starting lineups at home is killing the atmosphere in the ground.
I think
Danny said we need to get on the pace. We need a team to get us on the front foot with pace and attacking football. I do think there is something in that. We like fast attacking football, don't we?
Do.
Crosses and shots. And maybe that's where Moyes might need to have a word with some of the players and be like, going back to what I said to Lampard a few years ago, was like, can you ask them to shoot a bit more at home, please?
Yeah.
But it does get you on. That was always the thing with Goodison. I'd always say to the people around me, and you sort of know, get a shot away in the opening 30 seconds, 40. Get it out your feet. And it doesn't matter if it flies wide, over, high. Get a shot away and get the crowd. Because you, as a crowd, you sort of go, oh, they seem up for this. And you lean forward and you see.
Of course you do.
Knocking it round, side to side, back to Pickford, smashing it into the corner, headed away, throwing back. Mikalenko. Oh, I know, I'll go 80 yards back. Miko, there's 8 players in front of you. No one over. I like passing it to Pickford.
Ask your centre-backs to stop putting the foot on the ball and looking around. What shall I do with it?
So, get on the front foot a bit. Away. Do whatever you want. Go down, take it. Kill every game. Make it crap.
I want to be entertained.
Make it. We're not a team to entertain away. We're a team to do the dark arts.
Entertaining is winning.
And break. Do the dark arts and break the game up, slow the game down. Kill the crowd. Well. Love that, because we'll go and win.
Yeah.
At home, we don't want to see that, do we? We want to be front foot. You get on front foot by getting shots away, crosses, hitting people. Proper good tackles, that kind of thing. So.
But all those are motivational things, aren't they?
Yeah.
The manager can put that into the players. I'm not saying he says have a shot just so you keep the fans happy.
No, but you should, because don't forget, the other thing is when you
want this crowd behind you.
When you've played
this is
football,
how you do it.
Right? When you've played football, and we all have.
Yeah.
And people are getting shots in, and you feel under pressure.
Of course
you feel like, this feels like we're going to concede here. Keep it tight, lad. Shots are going in, and you're going, another one. Lads, come on. Imagine then you've got the crowd getting up. You start. Why the teams concede 2 goals quickly? Because they start feeling the pressure, and the crowd respond.
Yeah.
And they go, bum, bum. Liverpool under Klopp were great at doing it. They'd be a goal down, and you'd check 5 minutes later, it'd be 3-1.
Yeah.
And you go, how the hell's that happened? Because the crowd would get on. They'd get a goal because it was fast and frenetic. They wouldn't be able to cope.
And in their pomp, it is the Klopp days, right? They'd score, forget the being behind bit, they'd score a goal, and they either knew or it just happened organically. Now's the time to really push hard, right? We sort of take the lead and say, right, let's slow it down, consolidate it.
Yeah.
Don't concede, almost after we've, no, go for the goal. It's easy for us to say, but it would get fans going.
Yeah.
Right. Particularly in the second half, we were getting into the South Stand, right? Which is what you say, managers, whether it's the Leeds manager or the Palace manager, they go, this is a dodgy place, right? When that thing's bouncing.
Of course. Forest.
You then...
Dight, sweating.
Absolutely. You then start, and I've deliberately used the phrase, small m, you start the myth that this ground is as horrible as the other one used to be.
Yeah.
And so players then come. Imagine them at a half-time thinking, have you heard what that stands like? They've been noisy in this first half. We're going to have them behind us. And so they're all the marginal gain things.
Of course, that's all it is. Anyway, that was a long way of saying, AJ, that I don't think there's anything massively wrong with the ground.
Lots of
I think the club have done a good job, but now can we make it better? That's
tweaks.
It. Steve Peter's past thoughts on Andreas Scheldelup for Benfica, Norwegian winger. Yeah, he looked good. Again, he'd have to come into a fast league. Portugal, slow, isn't it? No, he's done well, and Benfica getting players out of Portugal. It's like minimum 50 million quid job, innit? They just throw everything. AJ says, do you think we'll sign anyone? John, I'm asking you.
In a binary yes, no. Yes.
Okay. Mark says, I wonder if we'll throw him at the wing-back idea. Don't know.
Be atypical for Moyes.
Yeah, I couldn't see that. AJ says, what are we saying? The right-hand side of O'Brien and McNeil tomorrow? Probably. Brian says, John, will there be any insurance to cover some or all of Grealish's wages?
I mean, I think that there will be...
They must have some.
Yeah, there'll be insurances, but whether those insurances are about being out for a while rather than career ending. You know, because it's contact sport, ultimately. I know referees sometimes thinks it isn't, but it is. So things happen, don't they? So I don't know. I'm intuitively thinking I'd be surprised if we get any financial recompense for the fact that he's injured.
Couldn't see it.
No.
But Posh Matty says, name me a worse right-hand side than Dwight McNeil and Jake O'Brien.
Why are we being negative?
I think he's just asking the question.
Yeah, no. I don't.
I think Everton could put out a better right-hand side. That's my nicest way of saying it.
I think that's the way to say it. Is that the best right-hand side combination we could put out? And the answer's probably no. Yeah. So that's on the manager because he likes that one. So the rest of us no less than him.
Gav says, seriously doubt we'll sign anyone. We don't know. Do you? You don't know.
You can be optimistic.
You won't know till 7 o'clock, will you?
On Monday, yeah.
On Monday.
I'm glad, by the way, that they brought it forward 4 hours.
Yeah,
we said it was much, we don't like that. Can you make it earlier?
Yeah, just a bit earlier, so we can get home. We will be on early, though. I still haven't told the lads how early. Mark Cody says, why would he play McNeil, Baz? You have Asnu, Dibbling or Rolo who are better than him. Because he's played them before, Mark.
Yes.
It's the reality.
Yes.
He might not listen. He's dragged them off 2 out of 3 games, I think, at half time.
At home.
But
this is away.
I imagine he'll play. So, there you go. Where are we? ASDP says, playing good attacking football is the simplest way to solve the atmosphere problem, let's be honest. And that doesn't mean 1,000 passes. It means playing aggressive and fast with intensity. I agree. Martinez used to depress me, that football. I used to want to go home after 10 minutes.
Does it irritate you that our centre-backs put their foot on the ball and, almost stand on it? Maybe it's just me.
Depends what they're doing. If they're just doing it, I don't know. If they do it and then slide one into the midfield and we turn like
they do it every single time.
It annoys me that our fullbacks only want to pass the ball back to the goalkeeper.
That's also true. Yeah.
More so when it's O'Brien rather than Patterson. But all they look for is they don't look forward; they just look back. AJ says maybe we're going to sign James Gardner on deadline day. Moyes seemed to mention him today. You must be having a little joke when he calls him that, or do you think he actually thinks that's his name? Oh no!
Surely he's been told. Maybe it's his little joke.
AJ said I'd only ever bring Beto on if he comes on with Alcaraz. Yeah, they seem to work well together. Phil Stevens says big fan of how Moyes pronounced it. Tim Irabunum.
Oh yeah, he can't say that.
No. The what?
Irabunum.
Froome Pinto says thoughts on Ivanovic. He's done all right for Millwall, but I don't think for me. He wouldn't be for me at the moment after seeing more. Brian says, of the shirts behind you, which is your preferred shade rather, for a home shirt? Well, that's always going to be.
Yeah, that Hafney or one.
This is
one behind Baz.
Perfect. Yeah. Everton. Perfect.
Yeah. Proper blue.
Emma says, what was the point of bringing a whole new recruitment team in to do jack shit for 6 months?
We haven't brought a whole new recruitment team in, have we?
Mm-hmm.
We've added to the team that was already there. So the data analysts and all that will be the same, won't they? Or are they?
We have changed.
No one's left, have they? I suppose.
Yeah, Dan Purdy's gone.
Yeah,
Thelwell's gone.
Yeah.
And a few of the others have gone.
So the data people.
So they have brought a new team in, and he's obviously he's bought a whole new company and got credit.
Yeah.
But
that was to get hammered.
But listen, at the end of the day, it is what it is, isn't it? Emma, we've answered the Socios fan token thing on Business with Blaine.
That'll be out this afternoon.
You can hear it later. our thoughts on it. Tariq George is an option, says Fruin, someone different with pace. If Fulham can sign Oscar Bob, then anything is possible in this window. Yeah, we seem to make excuses that it's really difficult, and other teams you look at and go, have you persuaded him to go there? Don't know when the had your case ends, I'm being honest.
Being decisive goes a long way.
Yeah.
You get hold of a player and say, we want you, come on, how much do you want? Let's negotiate. Boom, 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 bang, done. Or you move on.
Yeah. Brian said, for me, Patterson plays tomorrow. We're much more balanced when he's in. Absolutely, but I don't know whether he will. It's the reality. If Branthwaite's fit, Branthwaite's playing. If he thinks he's fit enough, he'll start. I know Brian will be right back. If he isn't, then it should be O'Brien and Tahi. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Keane and Tahi and O'Brien at right back. So, Fruin says, how about slashing the prices of food and drinks for starters?
Well, to help the atmosphere.
Can't see it, but why not? AJ says, the metal detectors at the walls, is that a legal thing or can they be scrapped? Don't know. But not every club has them, so
no, I don't get
I imagine
no
it's just an Everton thing.
Like us, though, have they?
No. AJ says they added the new exits on Monday through the car park. To me, that was new, made it quicker, but then on the bridge they put gates around the pavements. Mad. That's not Everton, though, is it? Arwell says, do you think it's a lack of funds preventing new signings in the window? I can't believe there aren't players out there that would improve the team or bring more quality.
I don't think it is lack of funds.
David Quinn, I thought when the stadium was built, the big factor was after the match he could walk around the ground to other bars. That's what he said. They haven't gone through with that, so maybe that's something he can do. TC Lid says they need to bin the hotel tapes off because we queue up at one point to be told there's no hot water. So go to the pizza corner and there's only 2 places in the family enclosure to get a food and drink. It's not good, is it?
No. With kids.
Yeah, it's not good. AJ said, no, it's a very little thing, but am I the only one who hates it when the team's announced and it's always behind the player behind on the screen? No, it's rubbish. Because there shouldn't be any. There's no excuse for it, mate.
And the new thing is that we have to start him for about 4 days before,
No one seems to communicate. They just seem to do whatever they want. Jay says, Moyes didn't sound too enthralled about Patterson, did he? I suspect he doesn't want to highlight he's made an error, likewise with Asnu. Either way, O'Brien will be back at right back, but I think we will go and beat Brighton. Yeah, Paul Davies, would you have Leon Goretzka in the summer? He's on a 3 and 30. Yes, but he'll have bigger fish than us after him. Jay, I hope Dibbling gets the Barry treatment from tomorrow and is being given a run in the team. He'll be good, bad and average, but so are players keeping him out the side. Dibbling is the investment. Dwight can start house hunting around West Bridgeford, which is Nottingham. Jay says Tariq George is too fast and he doesn't fit the profile. I'm being facetious. It's facetious. You've put vicious. It's facetious, which is FAE, but fair play. AJ says, I've got to admit about the atmosphere, it did seem like more fans were trying to get it going on Monday. I thought so, but sometimes it feels like shouting at a brick wall with some fans this season. I thought they definitely made an effort on Monday to be better. It was
almost like a reaction to Moisey saying what he said, wasn't it?
So keep that going and build on it. But the team, let's get the fast playing going. Yeah. Steve P playing good attack. I've done that one, haven't I? Phil Stevens, do you think the way we tend to overreact when we draw or lose a game, just a hangover from the last few years? We got so used to every draw loss being the end of the world because it potentially been that for the last few years. So we all have a bit of PTSD. Or is it just indicative of us as Evertonians loving a bit of misery and a moan? It's probably a bit of both. But I imagine it's more every result was massive when you're near the bottom of the league and when you felt like you had points. And social media, if we didn't have social media, you wouldn't notice it as much. You'd hear the odd boo in the ground. You'd go out and have a moan with your mates and then you might listen to a phone in and then that'd be it. And you'd start thinking about the game ahead. Yeah. Now, I mean, I didn't go on it, but I get bits and I see things on here and comments. People seem that it's there.
But I go on X probably not as much as I did. In fact, a lot less, but probably still a lot more than you, right? And I don't see it all. So it's obviously down to the stream that gets presented to you as an individual, isn't it, with all those algorithms and things. I'll see frustrations. I'll see, did you see Dwight McNeil, trotting for that sort of thing, but not, loads and loads and loads of people bitching and whinging about this isn't good enough and all that sort of stuff. But I do agree with you generally, though, that it's overall a reaction to where we've come from. Where almost like a draw is a disaster sort of thing, just to be extravagant when it's not. But it might have been in a previous year when we were looking down, right? Now we're frustrated because we're looking up, because we think, where would we be in the league if we'd won that game rather than drawing it, right? But the reality is, and spins all the way around to the beginning again about this transfer window, doesn't it? In points terms, we're right in the mix. Despite all the hiccups we've had and the challenges we've had with injuries, AFCONs, all sorts of things, we're still right there. So
just need it'd be great to get a couple in.
We're talking about how many now?
Who knows? No, listen, I'm just saying it would be great. Whether they do anything is a different thing.
Yeah,
but
it is.
They can't be the excuses. There was no one there.
But they are trying.
Other players are there.
Yeah.
So, and maybe it is just David doing his normal, play everything down, and see what happens. That's the way, isn't it? That's the way it is. And
new players for the next home game.
But that'd be great, wouldn't it? Imagine, bringing them out for the Bournemouth game, or they're in the squad, and that's people that'd be excited to go and see, what they offer and stuff.
Particularly it's those types of players who can do that thing that you said before.
What, run?
Yeah, and play faster. And get the energy going and get people excited and give us an excuse to shout, sort of thing. I'm too far away to tell the rest what I think of them, but I say it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, the joke I make is we decide whether people have to stand up or not. A bit like you would have had at the Bullens, really, if you're in those first couple of rows, But it's not as bad as we think, but it could be better. That's what it's all like.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
In everyone's words of Monday, why didn't Dibbling shoot? Even if he misses, the atmosphere goes up. Yeah, he should have. He should have shot, really. Yeah. AJ says the biggest thing that needs binning from the fans is players leaving. The biggest thing that needs binning is fans leaving early.
It's mad.
And Jay says, how nice to be talking and debating players and tactics these days, and not how long we can keep the lights on.
Yeah,
potential points deductions, poor ownership rumours, etc. Well, that's the big change, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, that's us done. Have a fantastic weekend. Make sure you check out the match preview. Make sure you subscribe. Ped's starting 11 will be out later. We'll be back tomorrow with all the aftermatch stuff. If you're a Premier member, check out Business with Blaine. That's out at 5. If you're going to Brighton tomorrow, up the Toffees, sing your heart out. We'll win if you do that. I can't guarantee that, but we might. Have a brilliant weekend. And as for the live fans, we'll see you all next week. See you later.
Bye-bye.